Hi everybody, welcome to Past Punishment Review of WrestleMania 7. I don't know how to do this thing, so I'm not sure how it goes. Do I show my name?
Yeah, you see.
Yeah. My name's Joe, and this person to my right,
Left.
is the mastermind of all the faces in the crowd this night.
Yes.
Pat Young.
Thank you, Joe. We will definitely be getting to those faces in the crowd tonight, because my review, like we said last week, is WrestleMania 7. This is live from Los Angeles, California, in the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena. It was at this point in 1981 where the Clippers played. The attendance was 16,158, although probably Dave Meltzer says it was more like 10,000. Yeah, that's a joke for me. It was 16. The big there's a couple big controversies with this pay-per-view. First off, it actually had to move from the Coliseum, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, for a couple different reasons. One of the said reasons were that they couldn't actually sell tickets, that they only had about 16,000 sold by February. Another one being that, because of security, they were afraid of a bomb threat because of their hottest angle, where Sergeant Slaughter ended up being an Iraqi sympathizer and switched over to the other side. They were afraid that the heat was so big that there would be an attack on Slaughter's life, and also that at the event. And with that being another controversy of WWE using an actual war to get heat for one of their build-up matches at WrestleMania. So we have that going into here. And before I start, I just want to give a shout out to TJR Retro Reviews, TJRWrestling.net. That's where I'm actually using just pretty much notes for the event, just to keep it all together. This was actually a 4-hour show as well. It was one of the 4-hour WrestleManias at the time. The person starting off the show, however, is Willie Nelson, and he sings "America the Beautiful," the WrestleMania pseudo anthem, I guess. It was Willie Nelson. He probably was high. And we also get the McMahon just yelling "all bloody murder" at the top of his lungs. About the ultimate fight going on tonight.
Alright, it's the start of the stretch forever. Welcome to WrestleMania 7.
WrestleMania 7! Yeah.
Well, this is on the greatest night in the history of our sport.
Exactly. We kick off with Gorilla Monsoon. He introduces Hacksaw Jim Duggan for commentary for the first match, which is a bit of an odd choice. You didn't know Jim Duggan was a commentator. He actually doesn't end up being a half bad one either, much to the shock of everybody. They then kick it to Sean Mooney and the Rockers, where the Rockers are pretty much like the basic promo of we'll beat our opponents for tonight. And then we go to the match, Haku versus Barbarian. Haku and Barbarian with Bobby Heenan versus the Rockers. I really did like this match. It's like the WrestleMania opener you really want. It's exciting and has innovative offense from the Rockers. And the team on the other side aren't any slouches either. Essentially, they are the faces of fear from WCW. Literally, that's who they come to be.
The Heat family.
Exactly. The Rockers end up winning when Sean hits a crossbody on Haku and gets the pinfall in about 10 minutes and 41 seconds. The crowd actually was hot all the night, and they popped big for the finish here. Again, it's the opener you actually always want from Mania. Just an exciting start off to the show. Very innovative offense on the side of the Rockers. It's a shame that they never got a run with the tag team titles themselves. But this night they were actually giving the Mania spotlight early. I ended up giving this match a B+. Then we go backstage, where Mean Gene is talking to. This is why I needed this review. Just to get all the people that were actually on the show. Regis Philbin, Marla Maples.
Saul Trump's wife at the time.
Actually, his
our ex.
mistress at the time. He would go on to marry her, and they would actually have a kid. Tiffany would be their daughter.
For you big Trump enthusiasts.
Yes. For you big Trump supporters.
Help make this podcast great for good.
Making this podcast great again.
Well, it has to be great at first, so.
That's true. It needs to be great at first.
Yeah.
Being made great again.
Yeah, right.
And at the announce desk, Duggan is only there for the first match, but Heenan is there for the majority of the night now. Which is a good thing. Those two are probably I'll say they're probably right behind JR and King for me. The next match is the Texas Tornado versus Dino Bravo with Jimmy Hart. Essentially what this is just giving the Texas Tornado, for you WCCW fans out there, it's Kerry Von Erich.
Really?
Yes. It's essentially to give Texas Tornado a huge spotlight. However, it doesn't end up working out all that well, as the future would have told you. Both participants actually end up dead within 2 years. Mm-hmm. However, the match was what it was. It wasn't bad. Texas Tornado hits his discus punch. I'm not sure what exactly it's called.
Yeah,
his discus punch for the win.
Tornado punch.
Alright, spinning punch tornado.
Oh.
Or spinning tornado punch.
Oh, I didn't say spinning.
Yeah, it was basically just getting the Texas Tornado in the car and giving him the spotlight in the win. The fun fact, well, I guess it's not really all that fun, but I actually didn't know this, but he was actually going by the review I'm using. Dino Bravo was actually rumored to have been killed by the Mafia. Okay, now on to a little bit lighter of a subject. I'm sorry, I forgot to give my grade. I gave it a D. It was what it was. It was barely over the grading mark.
311?
Yeah.
There's only... Well, I got the carbon from it. There's only 6 matches to it. Now, the 14 where everybody still won.
Yeah.
The open match was 1 to 6.
Yeah.
Where everybody in the match still won, not just like one person, yeah.
We get a backstage promo with Sean Mooney. He talks to Warlord and Slick. Basically, Warlord says no one can get out of his full Nelson Slam, and Bulldog wouldn't be able to either. Gene is with Davey Boy Smith, who's now going by the British Bulldog because Dynamite Kid was no longer with the company. And he introduces his Bulldog, Winston. And here we get it, British Bulldog versus the Warlord with Slick. It's actually pretty surprising how good of a match this is. The Warlord, the memory that sticks out in everybody's head is the 2-second elimination.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? In the Royal Rumble that they played over and over again until Santino got the 1-second elimination. They probably gave him the 2-second elimination for a reason. It's because he's not really necessarily known for his in-ring skills. But Davey Boy is more than capable enough. And I felt they put on a pretty good match here. Again, the story going into it with the promo before was Warlord has a full Nelson hold that nobody can get out of. Bulldog actually ends up breaking out of the hold and hitting his patented running power slam for the win in about 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Again, a stronger match than I think anyone actually expected out of Warlord. Mm-hmm. And it should go on to note that this probably is a huge check mark in Bulldog's career as a capable worker. I ended up giving the match a C+. We go to the locker room where Gene is talking to the Nasty Boys and Jimmy Hart. The best way to... I'm skipping over his some of his lines here in the review. Best way to sum it up, there was just a lot of yelling and saying nasty a lot. Sean Mooney had the Hart Foundation, and pretty much saying that they were going to beat the Nasty Boys because they didn't have the heart to take the titles. Tag team title match, the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart versus the Nasty Boys, Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sags with Jimmy Hart. For some inexplicable reason, I thought they almost didn't know he was in the crowd because McCall Colton just popped up for a brief second.
Oh, wow.
And I thought it was almost a mistake. Oh, wow, they picked some random kid out in the crowd, and it ended up being the kid from Home Alone. However, Bobby Heenan eventually does mention that, makes some sort of reference to Home Alone. And it's ironic that Donald Trump will actually show up, I believe, just after this match in the front crowd, in the front of the crowd. We'll take a slight break.